Ever wondered why there's a common belief that monitors display at 72 ppi? Well, let's unravel this misconception together. It's a tale that harks back to the early days of personal computing, when Apple, a pioneer in the tech world, introduced a 13-inch display that indeed operated at 72 ppi. This particular specification, rather fascinatingly, became a sort of industry standard, a benchmark that many believed was the optimal setting for all monitors. In reality, though, this is far from the truth. Fast forward to the present day, the world of monitors has evolved drastically. Modern screens, with their advanced technology, display at a range that is typically between 85 and 125 ppi. The exact number, of course, depends on the pixel dimension resolution and the physical size of the monitor. So let's shatter this myth once and for all. The truth is, most monitors these days display at a range between about 85 ppi and 125 ppi. But what exactly is PPI, and how does it affect image quality? PPI, or pixels per inch, is a measurement of pixel density within digital screens. Picture it as a kind of invisible grid crammed full of tiny squares of light, and each of these squares is a pixel. The number of these pixels that can fit into a 1-inch line is what we call the PPI. Now, why does this matter? Well, the higher the PPI, the more information can be displayed in the same amount of space. And when we're talking about information in this context, we're referring to the details of an image or graphic. More pixels mean more details, which translates into a crisper, sharper image. Imagine you're looking at a photograph of a beautiful landscape. If that image has a high PPI value, you'll be able to see the fine details, the texture of the leaves, the ripples in the water, the individual blades of grass. But if the PPI is low, these minute details might blend together, making the image look blurry or pixelated. So in essence, PPI is a measure of how much detail a display can show. A higher PPI value means the monitor is capable of showing fine detail without as much magnification. It's like having a high-powered microscope for every image you view. But remember, PPI is not the be-all and end-all of image quality, it's just one aspect. Other factors like color accuracy, contrast ratio, and viewing angle can also greatly affect how an image is perceived on a display. However, PPI is a key player when it comes to digital displays. Whether you're a graphic designer working on intricate designs, a photographer editing high-resolution photos, or simply someone who enjoys watching videos in the best quality possible, understanding PPI can make a significant difference to your visual experience. So, the PPI value plays a crucial role in determining the quality of your display. From the fine details in high-resolution photographs to the crispness of text on a web page, PPI is a fundamental factor in how we perceive digital content. So next time you're shopping for a new monitor or tweaking your website design, keep the power of PPI in mind. What about web display? Does PPI matter there? You might be asking. Well, here's the thing. When it comes to web display, the PPI doesn't play the role you might expect. You see, the monitor that is used to view the web page is the one that determines the final pixel distribution. So if you're thinking that every image you post on the web needs to be set at 72 ppi, think again. This idea harks back to the early days of personal computing when Apple's 13-inch display operated at 72 ppi. However, in the present day, most monitors display at a range between about 85 and 125 ppi. This number, a measure of pixel density, relates to the overall image quality of the display. The higher the PPI value, the crisper the display, and the better it is at showing fine detail without a lot of magnification. So, when it comes to web display, the PPI of the viewing monitor is what truly matters, not the PPI of the image itself. So, what's the big takeaway here about PPI and monitor resolution? Well, let's summarize. The myth of 72 ppi being the standard for all monitors stems from early Apple displays, but modern monitors operate at a range of approximately 85 to 125 ppi. This figure varies depending on the pixel dimension resolution and the physical size of your monitor. The important thing to remember is that PPI, or pixels per inch, is a measure of pixel density and directly impacts the image quality on your display. The higher the PPI, the crisper the display, and the more detail it can show without needing magnification. When it comes to web display, the PPI of the images you post isn't as crucial as you might think. The monitor used to view the web page determines the final pixel distribution. Remember, When it comes to PPI and monitor resolution, it's not about adhering to a set standard of 72 PPI, but rather understanding the capabilities of your monitor and how it affects your display quality.